Look, I came down here to apologize for how things went. All right. Turns out you didn't dent my car.
Of course I did it. And if I did, I'm not responsible. Who dented the car?
My daughter.
Hey! What did she hit?
Fire hydrant.
Hey! Let me get this straight. So you come in here and accuse me that all this time the criminal is in your own house. I should sue you for defamation of character.
Listen, I'm sorry you feel that way, man. That's why I'm here.
I don't want to hear it. You're like Sarah Palin, and I'm like Barack Obama. And your daughter, she's George Bush. Everything is her fault. Then who they blame? Me, the black man.
I watched this movie about 30 minutes. Excuse me. I watched this 30-minute movie. It's a short film. Excuse me. It's called Two Distant Strangers. It says, in this Oscar-nominated short film, a man trying to go home to his dog gets stuck in a time loop that forces him to relive a deadly run-in with a cop. Boy, you talking about a Groundhog Day. At first, I didn't like the movie. I didn't like what was going on in the movie. Basically, what I didn't like was when you wake up from a one-night stand and you turn around to see if that person is still asleep. And when you find out that they're still asleep, you get out of bed slowly, put your shit on, and you try to bounce. Either you try or you do bounce. I don't like that. I remember when I was trying to be the best lover I could be. I'm not bullshitting. I went through this time in my life when, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to be the best lover I could be. It was all in, I wanted to be able to approach any female that I wanted to approach, spit the right game, and get the outcome that I wanted to get out of the situation. A lot of times I wasn't trying to have sex. A lot of times I was just trying to talk some good shit. I wanted to be silver-tongued like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? If you don't know what I mean, it was an ego trip. It was some selfish shit. It was practice. Trying to prepare myself to be able to be the best husband that I could be. And I'm not bullshitting on that. Whenever, it's like when I thought about being a husband, it was like I wanted to be able to keep my woman happy. Being versatile, but at the same time, being a constant person, you know what I'm saying, to her. You know what I mean? Being the person that she remembered. I didn't want her to ever be like, you changed. You know what I mean? I wanted her to always say some shit like, man, I love what you're doing with me. You know what I'm saying? So it was like me being young and living vicariously through other people, through music, through movies and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, these are my examples. And of course, you know, there was people in my life too. You know, family and friends and things, you know, watching them go through shit. I'm like, I don't want to go through that. You know what I mean? Then I'm like, when I do see a situation that I don't want in my life and I happen to catch it from the beginning, or I happen to have some insider tips about the shit anyway, of course, I'm like, I do not want that. And then when I see the shit that I like, I'm like, that's cool, but I want to know the inside of that from both sides. The truth, the most honest truth of it as well. So it's like, I went on a journey to be the best lover that I could be. And it was like it had to be physical, it had to be mental, it had to be a balance of everything that I could possibly think of. And I did pretty damn good. I did so well. I'm gonna put it like this. I ain't gonna say I did so well, but I got to the point where I wanted to be completely honest with any female that I'm approaching or trying to do, get my way with. I wanted to be so honest that I had to tell them, like, man, look, I'm trying to make sure I tell the truth on this. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm researching in my mind, like, okay, how did it go? But it was like, yo, I had to tell females, like, when it comes down to feelings, you know what I'm saying? No, no, no. I had to tell females, I had to remind them. I'm like, look, we're having a good conversation and everything, but I need to be honest with you from the beginning. I need you honest with me from the beginning. Relationships and shit, they're cool, but I don't like the way people are in the beginning, where it's like, I like this, and the other person's like, I like that too. And then the other person's like, I'm doing things like this. And the other person's like, I'm doing things like that too. And it's like you have so much similarities to where it's like, okay, when are we going to bump heads on some shit? Because eventually it always happens. And when it always happens, it's an emotional shock. It's like, oh my God. Oh my God. I can't believe this just happened. Type shit. So, yeah, man. In this movie here, I seen a little bit of that, and I was like, I'm not liking this movie too much so far. You know what I'm saying? And then when I start seeing, the part where, it's actually doing with the storyline or the whatever that is, whenever you read about some of the movie, it started doing that shit. And I was just like, oh shit. And I was like, oh shit, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? In a good way. It's like, oh, this is entertaining. It's fucked up. You know what I mean? In a way, it was cool. Now this movie right here, um, I okay. Let me give you some history. I have said in the past that when it comes down to watching movies with brown folks and Caucasian folks in the movie together, I'm like, I want to see brown folks in the lead, having the lead character. All right, I like those type of shows, and having the Caucasian person being the supportive actor in that show. I like that. I like that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what I'm saying, it's just, it's whatever. But and in this show, in this short film, that's the way it is. And it's like the Caucasian's role is still a powerful role, because if they're not doing what they're doing, then the brown person is not going through what they're going through. To which is telling the story pretty damn well. And most times I'm real picky about how movies tell the story and how they get to the point. The journey to the end of the movie to where it gets to the point. All right, so I'm just sitting here and I'm like, I'm watching it. And then, whenever I decided to, switch my tabs, like to look at something else, I'm still listening. I hear, the Caucasian flip the script and they get back to their old ways. And I'm just like, whoa, I need to go back and watch that again. And then I'm listening again, and then there's peace within the short film again. So I really need to go back and watch the ending of this show, because I didn't watch the ending of the show. My mind was floating somewhere else. So when it comes down to this movie, Two Distant Strangers, if you're a movie buff, if you like watching good movies, if you like watching something that keeps your interest, this is one of those shows. Fuck all the shit that I was digressing about. Fuck all this shit that I was talking about with the relationships. the point I'm trying to make right now, and the point that I started trying to make, was that, this short film called Two Distant Strangers on Netflix came out in 2021. It is a cool ass short film. It really is. Now, on that note, please, don't just take my opinion. Won't you go check it out and watch it? And then, share your opinion with me. Come back to this video, leave a comment. And then, just if you're a YouTuber and you got your own channel, make your own reaction, video and fucking post that shit. Let people know about this. You know what I mean? So anyway, on that point, hope you have a good day, a good night, a good morning. And yes, once again, my disclaimer is I'm not the smartest person. I'm not the dumbest person. I have done some research on some shit. There's a whole lot of research that I still need to do in life. Alright? Just do me a favor. Question everything that I'm talking about. Question everything that you've heard me say. Research the shit. You know what I'm saying? Just find out what other people's talking about when it comes down to this topic. You know what I'm saying? Find out if there's professional opinions. You know what I mean? And most importantly, share it with somebody. Come back and share your information with me, your opinions and all that shit. It matters. Your curiosities, all that shit matters to me. And share it with other people. You know what I'm saying? Because you just never know when someone's been thinking the same shit you're thinking about. They just don't have anyone to talk to. Alright? I'm your boy Podrey. Peace.
Give them prayer hands, say what's up America. Half of you should know me, right? Other half a replica. Shout out to my